It's good to hear your voice.
Jack,
Never got a chance to talk last week. How the hell are you?
how are you calling me? You should be in
What, in jail?
I'm out on bail, sweetheart.
This is Mia's phone.
It is. It is. Yeah, cool spec, too. Zeiss lens.
20 megapixel camera.
Oh my god.
The article ranks every episode of the inaugural season of NCIS, Sydney, highlighting its impact amid the 2023 Writers Guild of America strike. Despite its short length of 8 episodes, the series introduces key characters like Special Agent Michelle Mackey and Jim J.D. Dempsey, amidst filming against Sydney's picturesque backdrop. Notable episodes include Doggiesino Day Afternoon, focusing on a hostage situation at a doggy cafe that delves into personal backgrounds, and Extraction, which explores Constable Evie Cooper's undercover past. The season concludes with Blonde Ambition, where JD's son is kidnapped, unraveling deeper conspiracies involving the Department of Defense. The show's renewal underscores its growing significance within the NCIS universe. Every episode of NCIS, Sydney, ranked. There are many enthralling episodes of NCIS, Sydney, despite Season 1 only comprising 8 episodes. The latest location-based NCIS spin-off from the massive NCIS franchise launched in 2023. The series filled a vital need for programming amid the 2023 Writers Guild of America strike, which essentially halted American television and film production during ongoing negotiations. Filming in Australia against the beautiful backdrop of Sydney, the NCIS, Sydney production crew was able to get the spin-off started at a vital time. Of all the NCIS spin-offs, NCIS, Sydney has distinctive qualities that make it stand out. In Season 1, Vital NCIS, Sydney characters were inaugurated. Viewers were introduced to Olivia Swan as Special Agent Michelle Mackey, Todd Lazens as Jim J.D. Dempsey, Sean Sauger as Deshaun Jackson, Tully Nargle as Constable Evie Cooper, Maverney Hazel as Bluebird Blue Gleason, the team's forensic scientist, and William McInnes as Roy Penrose, the team's forensic pathologist. Moreover, as part of the shared NCIS universe, the Sydney characters now exist in all the shows connected to the franchise. NCIS, Sydney has been renewed for Season 2, making the episodes in its first season all the more vital. Season 1, Episode 5, Doggiesino Day Afternoon. Roy is held hostage at a doggy cafe. Doggiesino Day Afternoon looks closer at the team's members as Roy is held hostage at a doggy cafe. JD collaborates with local law enforcement to negotiate the hostage situation, and it's revealed that JD had intimate relations with the other law enforcement lead. In a distant and bitter conversation between the officials, it's revealed JD has been married and has a child but is in the midst of a divorce. The episode also solidifies Deshaun Jackson as an agent who, despite liking to joke around, has a tenderness that sets him apart from the rest of the team. A different side of Blue also materializes as she tries to save the offender, Louis, and ultimately cracks under the pressure of the job for the first time. At times, it's uncomfortable to watch Louis, a 15-year-old girl, hold the cafe hostage, but ultimately, the episode centered on essential conversations about the state of mental and physical health. Louis, the episode's misled antagonist, has a little sister dying of cancer, while Roy is internally imbalanced regarding his wife's dementia. The episode illustrated the struggle of a family not being able to afford cancer medication and assisting a loved one with dementia. Season 1, Episode 6, Extraction. Constable Evie Cooper is pulled into an undercover drug op. After looking at Roy, Deshaun, and JD in the previous episode, Extraction hones in on Constable Evie Cooper and her background before the AFP/NCIS Sydney Task Force. After the team is called in to investigate someone who died on a bus wearing a navy jacket, Evie begins to act strangely and is soon abducted by someone who turns out to be an old colleague from her days working in undercover drug busts. When local law enforcement gets involved, they reveal that Evie isn't authorized for the job since she was previously involved with another undercover operative, compromising an investigation. After she kept her guard up in the first half of the season, it's fascinating to get such a deep take on Evie's life. Extraction shields whether Evie's behavior in operation is ethical, and while trying to protect Kane, her former lover and partner, she compromises Deshawn's trust. Agent Jackson witnesses Evie withholding evidence from him. When he tracks her down out of concern, Evie punches Deshawn in the face, knocking him to the ground so as not to blow her cover. It's the episode where Narkle's character blossoms after her antics had become somewhat one-dimensional. Season 1, Episode 7, Bunker Down. Mackie, Evie, and Blue almost die in a sealed bunker. Bunker Down is the best episode of NCIS, Sydney so far because it's the most memorable. The Department of Defense invited the team to a launch party for a satellite-free geolocation technology called Gaiametric that uses the Earth's magnetic field to determine location. When the team has to split up at the last minute after finding a dead office of naval research scientist, Evie, Blue, and McKay attend the futuristic tech launch while JD and Deshawn go to investigate the dead scientist. When Gaiametric fails, the team is trapped in a sealed bunker with 2 hours of oxygen. It's a harrowing episode for the team that signifies how far they have come in working together. The strenuous circumstances cause anxiety for the team members and the viewer. Part of the gimmick is that no one knows where the bunker is other than the event planner, and the bunker hasn't been functional for 2 decades. Before connecting the technology's jam to antagonist Anonymous, Evie, Blue, and McKay experience vulnerable emotions as they give in to death with just seconds left to live. It's a harrowing episode for the team that signifies how far they have come in working together. Episodes like Bunker Down kept things unpredictable and set up an exciting NCIS, Sydney Season 2. Season 1, Episode 8, Blonde Ambition. JD's son is kidnapped and Anonymous escapes. In one of the season's best episodes, the crime that kicks off the NCIS, Sydney Season 1 finale is JD's son getting kidnapped from his 9th birthday party. After the team captures the series antagonist Anonymous in Episode 7, one of her colleagues kidnaps JD's son and proposes a trade. While the team is trying to figure out where they can find him, they get word that the FBI is on the way, and JD breaks out with Anna to make the trade. It's an emotional episode for JD, understandably, as he's told repeatedly his son may be killed. When JD makes the trade, he ultimately uncovers that Anna and her partner are somehow connected to the Department of Defense attaché, which has appeared throughout the series concerning mysterious happenings they can't explain, including a CIA surveillance drone ending up in Sydney Harbor in Episode 3. It's a thrilling episode full of suspense and high-strung emotions from start to finish. Ultimately, it's not the best because there are a few instances where the story could have been more watertight. The main lead to their suspect is a sandwich shop that JD just happens to enter.